chase the leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
I've been talking in my sleep, been running deep, looking for us. I've been playing hide and seek. I felt the heat, but never enough. I was waiting till the sky was falling, held my breath through every single storm. A light on the night, I never saw it coming. Didn't think you'd wake me with a kiss like this. Didn't think you'd wake me with a kiss like this.
Alright, I was switching over. It looked like they were about to get started going through the intros. But it looks like we may have paused for a second, so I'm waiting to see what's going on. I still hear the audio in the background, but I Just looking at this 2K League screen at the moment. Hopefully this gets adjusted. I can hear him. I hear the ball dribbling. It sounds like the game is underway. There we go, and we are off as we see a quick turnover for Dukes. Right as we cut away, it's going to be Jazz Gaming getting the ball early here, only 13 seconds in. See Rec Combos bringing it up the right side. He's been a little hit or miss this season, and that one's going to be off. Now a quick foul under the rim from Beezus. As I was mentioning, Rec Combo's a little hit or miss. He has little stints where you see him get very active, and we're going to see that ball get turned over to Dukes as Rec dives out of bounds. But the consistency hasn't been there, not only from game to game, but quarter to quarter within games. So we're hoping to see a much more consistent performance from Rec this game as they're facing off against Dukes and their 5-out. Killig throws up a contested layup. That's no good. Here comes Rec down the left side this time. That's going to be a foul on Beezus. That's his second. Now we see Rhea setting the screen over the top. The Jazz have gone back to this pick and roll after being 5-out for some time. Kel trying to get it, anything, nothing. It's going into the right corner. Charger at the rim. No good. Rhea gets the rebound back out to Kel now. Kel with 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Gets it out to Rec Combos. Rec with the crab, doesn't shoot it, kicks the Kaze, and what's that going to be? A blocking foul. That is on Vandy. That means the Jazz will get another 14 here and another chance to work. Perhaps a bailout there. Rec Combos had the crab, thought he was going to shoot off of it. He decides to throw it to the corner, and they pick up a cheesy blocking foul. And that time, it's going to be out of bounds again as Rec Combos tries to bail out. Didn't like the layup he was going up with. Throws it to the corner. Charger steps out of bounds. That's a second turnover for Jazz Gaming early. We see Godlike setting the screen and popping. Thought about it in the corner. Back to Vandy. Vandy getting it to the rim. Beezus. No good. Rhea's there. And Charger gets the rebound. They're looking to run the other way. Kaze on the break. Thought about shooting it. Decides to wait. They set up their pick and roll. Rec had the opening. Doesn't pull it. And now he's going to have to wait for somebody to come reset him. Now it's Kel with the ball with 7 seconds. A clipper from Rhea. Nothing going. Over to Charger. Back to Rec. Throws it to the corner to Kaze. Is he open? He is. That one's good. Those are the first points scored. Took a little while there. About 2 minutes of game time, but we do see 3 points coming in for Jazz Gaming. Now Beezus trying to answer quickly. No good. That was a nice pass there as Jazz Gaming defense was caught sleeping, but they can't capitalize. Rec trying to get to the rim. Over to Charger. Defense jumps out. That's going to be heavily contested. Rhea with another rebound. Gets it back down to him, and he reverses it home. Nice job. I'll say I think Rhea's come out with a different look in every game so far this season. Every other player, for the most part, keeps their guy looking the same. Rhea's always in there messing with his character, and he's going to get caught there. And that's a corner 3 for Dukes. One thing we saw with Rhea earlier when he had to play against 5-outs is he is a risk taker. He will try to get in the lane. He'll try to play some mind games as Kaze gets an open midi, no good. He's going to try to get down to the paint, get blocks, get rebounds, all types of things like that. And sometimes you are able to catch him, but I think the Jazz will take a couple threes that he gives up if he still keeps making those defensive plays and slowing down the offense, making him think more. That's a nice pass there. A couple guys were in the lane, couldn't get the steal. It's going to be a dunk to tie the game up at 5-5. Very low scoring. Lots of turnovers early in this one. Now Rec thought about it. Gets it down to Rhea again. Pump faking. And he gets it to fall. Vandy getting a screen from Loki. Godlike. Fading on the wing. And it's good. That gives a 1-point lead back to Dukes. This Dukes team is so interesting. They drafted 2 threes guards. At least that's what people presumed when they took Killy and Vandy, knowing only one of them could play realistically. It was Killy playing the whole season. Dukes was pretty good in threes. Now, going into the 5 setting, they have kind of a Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell thing going on where you see 2 point guards. Nice shot there by Kel, by the way. 2 point guards. They work off of each other pretty well. You see them switch up who gets it a lot. Vandy gets a lot of screens. Killy goes a little more 5 out. And it just keeps defenses on their toes. Now, Killy's going to catch a screen here, but Godlike can't get anybody on it. Kel gets around. Ria's under the rim. Godlike throwing up a prayer. No good. Kel trying to get some in transition. Doesn't like what he has. Had the midi. Didn't shoot it. Going to go back to Rec. On the wing. Had an opening. Didn't take it. Now 8 seconds. It's over to Kaze. They're going to let him work. Out to Kel. They're going to let him work. 3 seconds. And they throw the bailout to Charger. He gets it up. No good. It was open. Ria gets another offensive rebound. Rec, I thought, had the opening to shoot that one. Decided not to. Now the Jazz are wrapping. Rec on the wing. Bails out. Ria pushes him, and that's going to be a dunk for him. He has to be close. I would be stunned if he doesn't have takeover. He has to be closing in on double takeover when you talk about all the offensive rebounds he's had, and he's had 3 or 4 baskets to this point. That's something that Dukes has to be thinking about. Beezus with the standing dunk. You're just wondering when he might call it in. Kel with the quick grab, and that three's up and good. The offenses have picked up here in the final couple minutes of the first quarter. Vandy's going to work with an off-ball screen. Godlike going to the rim. Tries to shove Ria out of the way. Can't finish. Beezus up to Killy. Back to Godlike. Defense caught scrambling, and Godlike throws it down. 16 seconds remaining in the first quarter here. Now 10 seconds. There's the takeover from Ria. 5 seconds. Jazz have not really done anything with this amount of time. Down to Ria. I thought Rec might shoot it. Ria tried to throw it down. Acrobats out of it. They ultimately get nothing. They kind of squandered away that opportunity. I would have liked them to see some kind of play call or something. They were just waiting around looking for Dukes to make a mistake perhaps, and they didn't. A good first quarter from Jazz Gaming. Both teams started very slow offensively and then picked it up towards the end of the quarter. Ends 14-12. And that is with Rec not giving them a lot early. He's doing a decent job of facilitating. He generally does. But just the offensive output, it's just not there even play to play. Earlier I mentioned it's not game to game, it's not quarter to quarter. He's now slipped into a slump where it's not there play to play, and that's what we want to see even out of a rookie. You're now coming into game number 9, I think. You know, he has some openings off of kickouts, he has openings off screens, and sometimes you'll see early in last game even, he came out firing, he missed his first 2 or 3 shots, but he was letting them rip. This game, much more hesitant. It's just a question of which Rec combos are you going to get, and I'm not talking about will he make his shots, will he miss his shots. I'm talking about, will he shoot them? Is he going to be the aggressive one that comes out guns blazing, looking to shoot fades, looking to get into the midi, rim run, all those types of things? Or is he going to be much more of a passive playmaker where he's looking to set other people up over and over again? And I think that lack of consistency just in play style is kind of throwing the Jazz Gaming offense off a little bit. When you don't know exactly even what you're getting from your point guard as just play style wise, it's hard to know when to be ready for the ball. You know, it throws the chemistry off, when you should cut, when you should be getting back on defense thinking he's going to shoot, all those types of things. So that's the one thing I'm looking for, not the consistency in shot making necessarily, it's the consistency in shot taking. That's what's really been kind of throwing the Jazz Gaming offense off, I think. We see a quick comeback there, and that's going to be an early 3 from Dukes as we were switching over. Rhea still with Badge. He'll have a little bit of that left. The quarter break does take some away. Kel going to try to fade over the middle. That's been his favorite shot, but it hasn't gone the last couple games. That RT fade over the middle, and he's going to get blitzed. It's now Hez going the other way. He throws it up to Beezus. Tries to throw it down over Rhea. Can't do it. Godlike with the rebound. Kelly way out there. Can't shoot it. 9 seconds. Over to Hez at the wing. Pump faking. Back to Kelly. Can he get the rim run off? He cannot. That was good defense from Charger, baiting him in the corner. Now it's Rec combos. On the left side, Rhea still with Badge. Hez way out of the play, reaching out. Kel doesn't find him under the rim in time, and now Rhea's going to have to make a tough decision. Pushes him out of the way and slams it home. Way to make a play by Rhea. Kel, you need to see him make that read if we're just putting it bluntly. That's a 2-on-1 situation where the defender has to guard the corner in the paint, and Kel was hesitant to do much of anything. Godlike thought about shooting, didn't want to, and that's going to be punched away by Charger. Now Kel scoops it up. Rhea trying to get something going again. He's been the hot hand. Rec with the midi, didn't want it. Pulling it back out, gets the open fading three, no good. And that's Godlike corralling the rebound. Kelly over the middle. Back to this 5-out set. Nothing in the corner. Tries to give a pass back. It's not going to be there. Up top to Vandy. Open, and it's good. Sloppy rotation from Jazz Gaming. That you'll get punished with threes when teams are in a 5-out. You have to be on it. Otherwise, it's threes. Sloppy rotations usually just lead to twos in a pick and roll because you can leave the center open under the rim. It's not the same when you're in 5-out. That's going to be a bailout from Kel. Charger perhaps had a shot. Didn't want to risk it. 7 seconds. 5 seconds, Rec. Peekaboo over the screen. Nice shot there, and that's 8% contested, and he drills it. I like seeing that out of the young guard. Gets the screen and the defender going one way, pops it back over the other side, and knocks down the three. 4-point game here. They're trying to run that give and go again. Nothing happening. Vandy tries to do the moving crossover to get in front. Can't do it. 6 seconds. Perhaps a crab. And he's going to miss it. That's Jazz with the rebound, and it's going to be a 5-on-1 break. Kel's slowing it up as he saw all of Dukes in front of him. Now he sends a cut. Charger punches it home. That gets the lead up to 6 for the Jazz. Vandy taking it back right after we saw a wrap. Now it's going over to Godlike. Back to Vandy. Nothing going back to Godlike. Rhea jumps out. Kelly on the left now has time. 5 seconds. Backing it out. 4 seconds. Can't find an opening. And that's poor defense at the end of the shot clock. They will not be punished for it. And it's Jazz Gaming again with the rebound. Beezus trying to get a blitz. Nothing happening. Rec combos, letting it fly again, and that one's good again. This is when he heats up. Nice play there by Rec combos. Now Vandy. And that's going to be a dunk by low-key Godlike off of the screen. Apologies, I didn't realize I had the time cropped out. I was trying to get that fixed for you guys. That's Rec combos. No good on that three. He was open again. Now in the corner. No good on that three. That's a very early. Vandy over to Godlike. Back into the corner to Hez. They got a lot of open looks, and eventually they get one to fall. It's going to be Rec combos. Trying to get it down to Rhea again. He has cooled off since the hot start. And what's the call? Going to be a foul coming in on Kelly. Now in the corners open. Charger, no good. Dukes with the chance to cut it to a one-possession game to close out the first half here. Another corner fade. That's off again. Dukes has not been knocking down their threes. Almost gets bumped out. Kel was able to corral it. In the corners, Rec combos. And he has caught fire here late in the second quarter, allowing the Jazz to grow their lead up to 7. Now it's Vandy on the wing. He gets the 3 to fall. All right, there you go. Now we can see how much time's remaining over here. Rhett Combos, he has been on fire to close the first. Is he going to look again? It's Rhea this time, and that's when Rhett Combos is so dangerous. When the scoring becomes a problem, becomes a threat, teams have to start respecting it, and then he can use those playmaking instincts that he has. 15 seconds left. Dukes is going to go for the last shot. He's getting it down to Killy. He's bumped. Now to Vandy. Back to Killy, 4 seconds. Killy trying to fade back, nothing. Rhea in the corner. That's going to be off. Rec does pop his badge just before halftime, so that he'll have a little bit of it, about half of his takeover going into the second half. A great second quarter there by the Jazz. Despite it only being a 4-point victory, it felt like things were clicking. They played good defense. They saw an aggressive Rec Combos after having a donut in that first quarter. He got going. He's going to have takeover going into the second half. And Rhea already 10 and 11 going into halftime. He's on pace for a 2020 game. Just a monster performance from him. And this is something you see sometimes with or against poppers when you see the inside against the popper. They're just so much faster. That inside build has so much speed. It can be difficult whether it is the popper in the back end or the power forward. You have to kind of pick your poison. The power forward is going to be much smaller compared to the inside, so they're going to have trouble rebounding and getting position on them. The popper is going to be much slower to try to play that pick and roll. So when you have somebody like Rhea that knows the positioning and all of those important things that come with being a center, he's able to take advantage of the fact that they do have a mismatch in one way or another in that defensive pick and roll. We're going to take a short break here as they're at halftime. We will return in about 4.5 minutes, so you guys stick around, and I'll see you then.
But never
your secrets. I wanna be your lifeline. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Tell me you're more than just a highlight. Pretty pictures on the outside. I hate to stare at you through these lights. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Oh, oh, this ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial. This ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial.
I wanna know you inside and out. Wanna know what's behind the light. Wanna feel that real love from within. Let me in. I want real love, real hearts. You're just enough to get me through. Get me through. 'Cause you're officially.
And we are back here. Second half coming out for Jazz Gaming. A really good second quarter for the Jazz. And we'll see if they can take advantage of Rec Combo's badge and open up this game a little bit. Charger stepping into a three. No good. I like that play by him. Gets the defender to fly by. We've seen Charger do that numerous times already early in the season. As the defender goes by and he sidesteps for the three. Couldn't get that one to fall, though. Kel almost gets the pluck, but they are able to get it back. Now Charger taking a step off, and they're going to capitalize with a Hez three-pointer. Gets the lead down to 3. Rec might have 2 offensive plays of badge, depending on how quickly they go. See, hopefully they can get something with it. That's a quick 2 there. Might have 1 more play of it. And if they're doing things like that, he might have more than that. Now Rec, knowing he's dangerous with that badge, they're stepping all the way out. And they are going to pick up a foul. That is Hez with the foul. Waiting to see if the sound's going to come back. We're sitting on mute right now. That's going to be a timeout from Dukes Infinitos. Perhaps have to talk things over. Hopefully not a reset or anything. Kind of an awkwardly called timeout off of the foul from Hezcap. Maybe they were seeing something they didn't like on defense. But it's hard to call adjustments. When somebody has badge, everyone plays a little bit different. For better or worse, you have to play different. You can't just, take the chances that maybe he'll miss that 3, maybe he won't shoot that fade, all those types of things that you would normally do. When a guy has badge, the confidence goes through the roof. They're shooting from anywhere. They're shooting shots that they normally would never take, and usually they're able to make those shots just because of the ratings boost that you get, the badge boost you get, the limitless, all those types of things. So we'll see if Dukes has some grand plan coming out of the timeout. I wasn't sure what they were calling it for there. Now it's going to be Rhea with the ball, inbounding to Rec. Still with a tiny bit of badge. They're going to send another cut. And this is something the Jazz do a lot when Rec Combos gets his badge, or even when Kel gets his badge. They use it to set up easy cuts and get other guys some takeover. Even if he might not get the whole thing, it's still important to get a little bit of takeover, get a slight ratings boost, and that's Vandy punching it home. Lead is cut back down to 5. Rec's probably not going to have enough badge to do anything with it unless he can walk into an easy 3. He's going to try to get one. Austin didn't like it. Now we got 2 guys up. Hez now takes ball. Nothing going. Rec has the crab, perhaps. Blinders. That's going to be very late. Sometimes on those blinders or on the crabs, the shot speeds up significantly. And if you're not ready for it, it's going to be very late more often than not. Now we'll see the Jazz Gaming lead cut to 3. So we saw a pretty good showing coming out of the half with Rec combos in his badge. They got a couple easy cuts. Now how will they manage with the badge being gone? Rhea, a bit of a scary reset, but he does get it. Killy on ball here. They try to throw it to the corner to Charger. Beezus makes it there. He's going to reset to Kel. 5 seconds. Can Kel do something with the nade? Wide open over the middle. That's no good. Rhea with another offensive rebound. He's done a tremendous job rebounding against the Pauper build that Dukes has brought out. And now Kel's going to take it to the rim and get the 2 points. Kel's shooting has not been there over the last couple games, unfortunately. So you like to see him go to the rim and get the points any way that he can if the shots aren't falling. Vandy going 5 out over the middle. They're sending Beezus through, knowing he has the guard on him. And they take advantage with a standing dunk. That's a tough matchup for any point guard in the league to hang with that 6'8" lock build. Beezus gets back onto the ball after the blitz. Kel perhaps at an opening, trying to get the crab, cannot get it. Now he's going to go to the rim again, and that's another slam from Kel. That's what I like to see. When we were seeing Kel drop those monster performances in the 5-out, much of it was coming at the rim. So you want to see him keep attacking like that. Don't settle for a 3 every time, even if most of them are open. Dunk's a lot easier. You don't have to time a dunk. And that's going to be a dunk right over Rhea from Killy. Nice finish there. These teams are going back and forth. The offenses have finally woken up. Combo's backing it up. Now trying to get back to the middle. Over to Charger in the corner. Jumping. Perhaps out a shot. Decides to get it back to Rec. Defender jumping out again. 8 seconds. And Rhea pushes him under the rim and slams it home. He's been doing that time and time again tonight. Just abusing, whether it be the power forward or the Pauper build, shoving them under the rim and finishing it. Vandy trying to walk it out for a 3. Doesn't like it. Gets over to Killy. Has some space. No good. That's Charger with the rebound. And they're going to slow it up. Now perhaps they're looking to push with Beezus stuck in the backcourt. They will get back to the PNR. Rhea with the quick slip. They did not like it. They run a rotation. Get Hez on the ball. Now again, it's Rec combos at the rim. That is 3 or 4 straight dunks for the Jazz. They have been just dominating the paint recently, and it's allowed them to build up now a 7-point lead. See a pick and roll coming. Rhea sitting on it. Now Rec combos picks up for him in the corner. Beezus trying to get something under the rim. Perhaps had it with Rhea in the air. Doesn't take it. Vandy at the wing. Rhea gets back into the paint. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. They throw a nade, hoping he can shoot over the guard. He does. Only 8% contested. You can't say anything really there. Rec combos was in position. The Jazz played solid defense the whole time. And they just shoot over him, being so much taller. Rec combos with the quick crab. That's going to be way off. Rhea with another offensive rebound. Now to Kaze. Now to Kel. 9 seconds. Kel, perhaps an opening for 3. It's 8%. He can't get it to go. Now Killy back to Vandy. Vandy trying to get to the rim. He's going to pull it out. They're going to look to get set. That's going to be a reach-in foul on Kaze there. That's their foul to give with 30 seconds remaining. Killy over to low-key godlike over the top. Get it to Vandy. Now a wrap. Now the screen comes back. 5 seconds. He has the play badge. They get it to low-key godlike wide open. And that's going to be an easy 3 when you talk about that play badge. Ghost popping that. Play badge is so dangerous in this game. In my opinion, I think it's the best badge in the whole game. You get a massive speed boost of +8 to +10. So your player moves way faster. All your teammates are getting +10, +15 to their attributes. They're able to shoot much better. Plus, you're talking about, depending on which one it is, perhaps a badge boost even coming off the passes. It's an incredible, incredible badge. Maybe the most dangerous one in the game with what you can do with and without the ball. 2 seconds remaining. They're going to throw it over to Kaze. Can he get it to fall at the buzzer? And that's good for Kaze. Pushes the Jazz lead up to 4 points. as they make a little bit of a comeback after letting that quarter slip away from them. Nice play call there. Kaze wrapping up out of the corner. The Jazz will see a 4-point lead going into the fourth quarter. A down quarter for them in just about every sense. The Duke's offense was cooking. Their offense, the Jazz gaming offense, slowing down. And still, they managed to hold this lead. That's very impressive for them. We've seen them come out slow out of halftime many times this season. Not so much the case today, although it wasn't a great quarter, the first one they had lost. If they can just survive their third quarter woes, that's huge for them. You know, in real life, they talk about how that Warriors team coming out of halftime, that third quarter Warriors, they're just so good. They come out and dominate teams. The Jazz kind of have had the opposite of that for most of this year. Coming out of halftime, you see them a bit slower. So if they can just get through that typical third quarter slump, they're so much better. And that's what we saw today. You just got to hang close. Don't blow the game in the third and keep yourself in it. Now they're going to have this 4-point lead, as I mentioned. And it's been largely off the back of those offensive rebounds, I think, from Rhea and his offensive performance in general. You're not seeing the steals or the blocks that we typically see from Rhea and from their front court. But keeping possessions alive like that cannot be understated. They have twice as many turnovers as Dukes, but still find themselves with 3 more field goal attempts. And that's because of the rebounding that he has shown in this game. You see Dukes only with, 10 rebounds maybe as a team? Rhea has 13 on his own, so that's been the difference maker so far. Vandy still with play bad. She's incredibly dangerous, as I was mentioning. Kelly trying to get to the rim, and he is able to finish over Charger. Cuts the lead to 2. They inbound to Kel. They're leaving Killy on Kel, not having the lock to go over. We'll see if Kel can take advantage. Kel trying to go to the rim, gets fouled, and that's going to be low-key godlike with the shooting foul. Kel will go to the line for 2. First one up and good. Second one up and good as well. Lead back to 4. You don't want to let you don't want to let Vandy get going with his playmaking badge. With the dangers of it, you could give up a lot of threes quickly when anybody gets playmaking badge, but particularly a playmaker like Vandy, so see if everyone stays honest and lets him take some twos. And that does look like what they're going to do, as you saw Rhea baiting like he was going to go, but then ultimately goes back to the corner, not wanting to give up the 3, knowing how easy it is to shoot when that badge is activated. Rec Combo's in a tough spot. He's going to reset to Rhea. 1 adrenaline boost left. He uses it there. Ill-advised 3. No good. Rhea with another offensive rebound. It's Kel with the pull-up midi. And it's good. What a rebound by Rhea, allowing Kel to get back into the play, shoot that pull-up 18, 19-footer. And it's good. Gets the lead back to 4. Vandy still with some badge. That's a quick offensive possession and a quick 2 points for Dukes to get the lead back to 2. Dukes has had trouble getting over this hump. We've seen a similar lead for the Jazz for a while. Jazz have had trouble opening the game up and securing a larger lead than this. Now Charger gets an open 3, and that one's good. That lead is up to 5 now. Can the Jazz kind of secure it, get a couple stops, and hopefully get the lead in a safer place where you can afford some mistakes late in the game? Vandy over the middle, perhaps thought about shooting, does not. Now back to the wing, he shoots this one, and it's no good as it rims around. Beezus with the rebound, into the corner again, throws it back to Godlike, no more play badge, does not matter. Still gets the 3 to go. Tough possession there as Beezus comes down and corrals the rebound. Vandy does a good job of getting to that corner, and Godlike relocating to the top of the key, Vandy finding him. Jazz are going to call timeout, as we saw a bailout there from Rec. They didn't like the position that Kaze was in the corner. It looked like it might have been a turnover as this player was out of control, running out of bounds. For all the talk about, just for me, in the first few minutes of the game, how we saw almost nobody scoring, We went about 3 minutes and saw maybe 10 combined points between both teams. The offenses have been cooking ever since then, particularly in this fourth quarter, coming off of that play badge and everything. We're only about 2.5 minutes in, and we've seen, 15 points between these two teams. Hopefully the Jazz can keep pace, keep this lead, and improve to 2-1. Looking at their upcoming schedule, we will be off until Wednesday, June 28th, when they'll have a doubleheader, 6 p.m. Eastern versus Detroit, and then 9 p.m. Eastern rematching against this Dukes team. So getting the first win in the series would be very nice as they face off against them next week. Again, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern versus Dukes. Ray trying to get the screen. Rec getting to the rim quickly. He's going to miss the dunk. Loses control of the ball in the air. Now, Dukes with the chance to tie or take the lead. They get it back to Killy, and they do tie it with a dunk. See what Jazz have here. It's going to be Rec looking for the crab. Doesn't get it. Rhea perhaps had a dunk. Doesn't want it. Now Rec goes to the rim. He answers with a dunk of his own. Lead back to 2 for the Jazz. A stop here would be very nice. Get the lead back up to 2 possessions if you can. Killy doing a little stop and go action way out there. He's going to try to get into the paint. Nothing. They get it to Vandy. He's going to look to back fade. He probably thought about it. Then he's going to stop. Quick stop 3 for Vandy. Lead to 1 for Dukes. That was just, that's tough to guard. When you see a player moving like him, you have to worry about the back fade, and ultimately, he does get back and get that three-pointer off of the quick stop. Now down to Rhea. He gets the dunk, gets the lead to 1 for Jazz. 2.5 minutes remaining. Back and forth game late here in the fourth. First team to get a stop when you're talking about this little time remaining. It could be the game-winning stop. There's not that many possessions left in this game. A stop at any point is huge. I will see out of bounds. Charger bumping him. Sometimes that's called a blocking foul. Not this time. And it's going to be Killy walking out of bounds in the corner. Jazz game and get it back. That's the stop that we were looking for. Cal almost blitz. Gets it to Rec combos. That's going to be a reach-in foul coming from Killy. Still above 2 minutes, so they have 2 more fouls to give here in the last 9 seconds. Now another foul. And maybe they heard me on the commentary. They're using those fouls that they have. 1 more foul to give here. Finally get it in. That animation's always a little scary on the jump pass. Rec combos has an opening, and it's going to say 18% no good. That's Kaze with the rebound. He's looking to reset it. Gets it back to Rec. 9 seconds. Gets it to Kel. Can Kel come up big for the Jazz? Looking to fade. No good. Charger getting it to Rec. Rec with the midi. Off once again. It's Rhea with the rebound and takeover. Out to Kaze. Big time 3 from Kaze. Gets the lead up to 4. 1 minute, 44 seconds remaining. So many offensive rebounds coming in for the Jazz. A stop here doesn't secure it, but it would be nice. They're not going to get it. It's Beezus going to the rim off of some off-ball action. A nice cut and finish there. You have to think, at this point, a bucket and a stop would put the Jazz in prime position to win. He has Charger down low. Charger was waiting for the ball. He didn't want to risk it. Now it's going to be Kel. Open for 3. Doesn't take it. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. Kel hesitating. Going to the rim now. Lays it up. It's a snatch block. You're going to see Rec combos with a hard foul on the break, stopping the transition opportunity for Dukes. 1 minute and 10 seconds. That's a possession the Jazz would like to have back. Dukes is going to call a timeout. They didn't like the inbound situation. See a short 60-second break in the action here. After a huge possession for the Jazz, coming from multiple offensive rebounds and ending with a 3 from Kaze. You see a very poor possession on the next one. Kel had multiple opportunities to get a 3 off, had some fades, had some standstills, didn't want to shoot it. He was hunting that rim run, and Dukes knew it. And they ultimately get the stop coming from a snatch block from Low-Key Godlike. Now just 20 seconds remaining in the timeout. 1:10 remaining in the game. Dukes has a full shot clock to work with. What are they going to draw up here? Will they have some off-ball action? Those cuts have been there for them. When you look to attack the point guard, it's no slight to Rec Combos. That build is just so much smaller than the Locks. It's tough to contest, even bump them as they're cutting down to the rim. As I said, 2-point lead for Jazz Gaming. They inbound into the backcourt to Killy. He's going straight 5 out. Little stop and go. Hesitation. Working left. They do send the cut. And again, it's Beezus at the rim. That is very tough to stop. You want Rec Combos to step up to contain the three. But somebody has to pick up the cut for him. You just really have to be on point in those situations. Now, under a minute to go. Jazz Gaming with the biggest possession of the game. Rec Combos taking his time, looking for a good screen animation. It's Rhea on the slip. It's going to get tipped away. He gets it back to him. And it's Rhea with the dunk. 2-point lead. 43 seconds remaining for the Jazz. Almost thrown away there by Dukes. They do get it to Killy finally. Killy looking to go 5 out again. And he gets a quick dunk. Jazz likely not worried about the 2-for-1 in this situation, although it would be nice to get the final shot. You don't want to work too quickly. Tie game. 30 seconds remaining. Rec not wanting to throw it over. Does get it across. Out of stamina. What's he looking for? Charger in the corner. Big time shot from Charger. That gives Jazz Gaming a 3-point lead. We will likely see a timeout from Dukes. They decide no, they're going to go. 3-point deficit. You got to be playing. Everybody stay home. No threes. If they get the 2, they get the 2. If they didn't get it quickly, we saw about 11 seconds burn off the game clock there. Jazz do have the timeouts. They do not really have to advance the ball. And that's going to be a foul from Dukes. Now they definitely don't have to advance the ball. 6 seconds remaining. They can hold it in the backcourt. You don't want anything fluky to happen. They get it up to Rhea. And we are going to see a foul with 4 seconds remaining. As with the foul, if Rhea knocks these down, Dukes will likely call a timeout. The first one's no good off the front of the rim. This is a big-time free throw. You need the lead to be at least 2. And he misses both! He misses both! He gets the steal! What an unbelievable sequence of plays. You can't make it up. He misses both free throws. Dukes decides not to call timeout. They throw the ball away. And now it's Jazz Gaming with the ball once again with 1.9 seconds remaining. Unbelievable. What was going through their heads there? Rhea, crumbling at the line late in the game, misses both free throws. Then, knowing that they were looking to push perhaps, hits X or square going for the steal. He does get it as they try to leak in transition. Dukes perhaps looking to move far too quickly. That would have been a 1-point game with about 4 seconds remaining, and you have the ball. I would pick the offense to score in that situation 8 times out of 10. They throw it away, and it looks like Jazz Gaming is going to just narrowly win this one despite some poor late game play. They do get it in bounds. He throws up the half-court shot. It's good. Jazz Gaming wins by 1. What an unbelievable sequence. You cannot make it up. Rhea missing both free throws. And then getting the steal. They're able to call the timeout. And Jazz Gaming steal this one from Dukes. Almost threw it away at the end. What a heads-up play by Rhea after missing the free throws to be hitting that square button knowing they were going to look for an outlet. Unbelievable ending. That will push the Jazz to 2-1 in the turn after getting a win over Mavs Gaming, losing to the T-Wolves last night. Now winning this one, 2-1 is a very good record heading into next Wednesday. As I mentioned, next Wednesday, June 28th, they will be facing off against Pistons GT at 6 p.m. and then a rematch against Dukes at 9 p.m. Eastern. Both of those times Eastern. I cannot believe what I've just witnessed. I hope to see you guys back next Wednesday at 6 and 9 p.m. We'll have a doubleheader. See if they can get up to 3-1 and then 4-1 on those two games. Thank you guys for hanging around, and we'll be back.